But let's take you from Parliament to not too far from where you are, which is where Mariska Botha is. And she's at a bus terminus in the Central Business District. And crime, education, these are some of the major issues affecting ordinary families across Cape Town and the Cape Flats, and I dare say all South Africans. Unemployment, another one of those major concerns for many South Africans. But Mariska Botha is speaking to ordinary South Africans, Capetonians this morning, about their expectations of this budget speech. Mariska, the sun has arisen, and of course we see more people, more activity. Let's hand it to you to hear what ordinary South Africans have to say.
Thank you, Sakina. Welcome back to the bus terminus. This is our spot where we usually come to speak to people from all walks of life, because this is the cross-section of where the people who keep this city going comes together. And this is from where they travel out to their various places of employment. We were lucky to have one person who's willing to speak to us, because people are particularly busy this morning about their expectations. So thank you so very much for your time. You waited long. Thank you for that. What is your expectation of the budget?
The first thing that I would think of, we need to not be dilly-dallying about the issue of unemployment in this country.
Yes.
The country has been de-industrialized for the past 30 years, and that's the fact, and that's something that we need to look at right away, because we have a crisis of young people who are unemployed. And from what I've seen, the government has not been putting anything which is much more tangible in terms of budget, in terms of dealing with that crisis. If you look at the Eastern Cape, for instance, I'm not going to be talking about provinces that I don't live in. The Eastern Cape, for instance, we need more focus in industrializing that province. First thing, you have agriculture there. The second thing, you have vast land there, which we need to cultivate so that we can have our people employed. And that the worst thing that is taking place at the moment as we speak, we have those industries that are closing down. VW is closing down, and we don't know what we are going to do with those people. That's something that the state needs to look at from almost intense, what I could say, if ever we defocus whatever that we do in this country, in these three provinces, which is the Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, and the last province, which is Gauteng, where we put almost all our focuses on. This is where we deflect everything. We think that South Africa is those three provinces, which is why we get to a crisis that we are in now. If ever we are not industrializing, we're not going anywhere. And it's high time now that young people get themselves into the queue of understanding that running away from politics is not something that they need to do. We need to be more involved, because you can ask anybody right now, what is their expectation today? Everybody will be having this thought of, we are a welfare state. That's the unfortunate part of the situation. And then we are building on that. You can't have 18 million people who are getting money from the state and then at the same time think that you are a developing country. We are not a developing country. We are getting to a welfare state, because if you have people in South Africa, people who are flocking into these three provinces as I speak to you, it's not an issue of having anything else other than them having to go there because of they are looking for greener pastures, because of the state has taken a decision to deindustrialize the country. And we are seeing that industries are closing in left, right and center, but there seems to be no sense of agency from all these departments which are responsible for all these things. This is something that we need to look at going forward. That's my take in this whole entire thing.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Well, there you heard it. He encapsulated it. Jobs in terms of industrialization. He's right. People are flocking to city in search of work, and they'll do whatever they can to earn a living, while there's so much opportunity in the rest of the country that is not being explored. Certainly very worrying things that people have on their minds, and that they certainly think deep and hard about.